Hi, my name is Zephyr Margo, and I wrote a paper discussing the history of manumission practices in New York. I wrote this paper in response to a master's thesis that argued that there is no inherent correlation between a slave owner and the rate at which they freed their slaves. The primary issue with that is the slave is the primary subject of manumission, so excluding them from this study is wrong. And so to disprove this, I used the will of Colonel Lewis Morris as a case study and analyzed the lives of three prominent slaves in the will. Their names were Bess, Nell, and Tony. Bess was an older woman who had long-standing ties to the family, and due to her skills in childcare and daily labor, she was not given any chance at freedom. She was tied to the family until her very end. The other two men, Nell and Tony, Nell was a younger man, while Tony was an older, more experienced man. And their skilled labor gave them the chance at potential manumission if they were to take care of the colonel's wife until she passed away. And for Tony, the more skilled man, he was given actually more accommodations because of his long-standing labor and how much he has worked for them in the past. Some of these accommodations for Tony were a yearly salary, his regular home, and even some food and crops of his own. They were both given the chance at freedom because of how much they have previously given to the family in terms of monetary value and skilled labor. And this goes to ultimately prove that there is a strong correlation between the lives of the enslaved, the skills that they had, and the inherent value that they gave to the chance of them being free. And most importantly, this data could be, expanded to many other cases because of how common this practice is. Many skilled women would be tied to their families for longer because of how necessary home care is for long term, whereas skilled labor is more monetary and could be exhausted more quickly, and which means that skilled men would often be freed at older ages as opposed to older women who were tied to families for life. So ultimately I was able to disprove that, or prove that, the life of the enslaved has an effect on whether or not they had the chance of freedom.